Hello everyone, welcome to Code and Soul Like a Pro. My name is Susan Fawemi, and today we'll be having a continuation of our Bustier class. And this is the freehand method of it. So we did the pattern method, so we're going to do the freehand. So let's get right into it. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to get my blouse length. So I'm using 25. Then I'll get my underbust length. Okay, I'm using 16. Then my nipple point 12.5. Then my illusion at 8. So I mark all those points. So let me roll them. Then I'll get my half length. So I'll be using 19. So I'll roll. So the next thing I'll do, I'll get my shoulder measurement. So I'm using 8. Note that we don't add allowance to the shoulder measurement except if you're doing a very high neck or turtle neck. But if you're going to open your neck, just use your exact shoulder measurement. So 3 by 3. Okay. Then I'll draw my shoulder slope. So I'll get my armhole depth. So I'm using 7.5. Then get around the middle area and mark shoulder less half inch, half shoulder measurement less half inch. So I'll connect. We're doing freehand, so it's with bust plus 3 inches. All allowance is supposed to be on what you're constructing. So you're assuming you're constructing on your fabric directly. So bust plus, so that 11 plus 3, that I'll have 14. So my sewing allowance is, everything is inside here now. Then my waist. The waist is 38, that'll be 9.5, 9.5 plus 2. That's 11.5, 11.5 plus 1.5. That's 12.5. I think 12.5. So mark, then I'll do a contour allowance of 1 inch. So connect this to this. Then I'll come here and get my hip measurement. So that'll be 46. That's 11.5 plus 3.5. That's 11.2. That's 14.5. So I'll connect. Now I measured 25 for my blouse length, so I'm going to add 1 inch because this is freehand. So all allowance is supposed to be on it. So then I'll contour 1 inch and connect to the line. So the next thing I'll do, I'll get my nipple to nipple. So I'll start up from here. Nipple to nipple is 4.5, so I'll add half inch for sewing. That's 5. Mark it all the way down. So the next thing I'll do, I'll take 1 inch on this side and take 2 inches on this side. So I'll connect to my nipple point. Then at my underbust level, I'll do 1 inch on either side. You can either do half here, 1.5 here, or you do 1 inch. So they still amount to 2 inches for both sides. So connect. So connect and connect. So I'll go straight down with my, so here will be 1 inch. I'll connect all the way down. Mark 1 inch and also square down. So this is my point. So I'll connect my armhole to the, then here I'll connect, then I'll bring down 1 inch. So what I'll do here is to measure, okay, let me do my sweetheart neck. So I'll measure what I have here, 4, and continue and get 7.5, so which is already here. So I'll come down 1 inch to define my armhole. Then I'll measure 1 inch from here and blend into my neck. So this is my illusion. So once you cut off and join, this will meet this. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have here. I have 4.5 to my nipple point, and I'll here I have 5, so I'm missing ½ inch. So I'll do the same thing, but that will be after I've cut. So what I suggest you do when you're doing freehand, always use your paper stay to draft it, so that every alteration can be done while you're using the paper stay to cut your fabric. Don't cut directly to your fabric, because you won't have any opportunity to do any adjustment. So I can either remove the ½ inch from here. Let's say I was working directly on my fabric. Once I measure, I bring the value here, I'll remove it from here. But if I'm not working with my fabric directly, I can alter it by raising it up or slashing it open, either way. But the reason why I don't like to remove it from here is to have a full cup. If you remove it from here and you sew, you find that your cup is a bit smaller than what you intended to be. So this is for the front. I'll cut it. This is our front. So if I go ahead and pin, well, because I was missing a bit here, I will just gum. So I'll add the missing value. So I'll go ahead and pin it to see how it looks like. So this is the result after pinning. So it looks like this. Then we'll have our illusion. So any style you want to do, I can decide to do a keyhole neckline or just a strap. So it depends on your choice. So this is for the front. So let me drop the back. Now to start the back, you measure your blouse length less 1 inch. So for the front it was 26, I'll do 25 for the back. So just roll. Then get your back length. The back length is 17. I'll mark. Then I'll get my shoulder. Okay, before then I'll get my zip allowance. So just mark out 2 inches. So you'll be using up for the zip. So this is it. Then get my shoulder measurement, 8, drop 1.5, shoulder slope, 3x1 neck, then get my armhole, so I'll do 7.5 and connect. Now the bust for the back is +2, so 11 that's 13. The front is +3, the back is +2. So for the back, for the front we use the half length 19 contoured 1 inch, so I'll go with 18 and connect. So this one is for my shape line. This one is for my darts for the back. So they're not on the same level. So I'll go ahead and measure my dart to dart. So since it's freehand, my allowance is already there. So I'll do 5. Then I'll come here. Now let me bring out my illusion parts. So what I can do, if you don't want it too low, use 5 at the armhole. Come here and measure maybe 9 or 10. Then connect. But if you want it low, you can come down and still connect. So from here I'll mark my 5, then rule, mark my 5 here also, then just rule a straight line first. Wow. Then on this level, so this is the level of my back length, so I'll measure ½ inch on both sides, ½ inch on both sides, then connect to create my darts. So I'll get my waist. The waist is 9.5 plus 2.5. That will be 11.5. So mark. So connect. Get the hip. The hip is 46. That's 11.5 plus 2. That's 13.5. So I'll mark here. Okay, I'll then contour 1 inch. So I'll have it here. So connect. Then connect. So the next thing I'll do, because we're going to be joining here, so it's just right for you to add 1 inch to this point and continue just like this, so that when you join your 1 inch, this rhymes up with this back. So let me confirm here. Here is supposed to be my, okay, this is where it should be. This should be my, because you don't go in at the back. So let me add my 1 inch, the 1 inch for joining here. So I'll add it here, just like this. So that once you cut this part off, you join your ½ inch, it will now rhyme up. If you leave it that way, when you join, you find that it doesn't reach this one anymore. So if you decide whatever neck you want to, I can leave it this way, or I'll do a keyhole neckline. If I'm doing a keyhole neckline, I just go this way and meet up here, or I go and meet. So it depends on the style you want to do. So I'll go ahead and mark my zip allowance on this point 1 inch, mark my zip allowance on this point ½ inch. Then I'll use up whatever is here, the 2 inches I added before. So connect. Now this will help your back to relax, so you don't have any gaping of any sort. So this is it. Then I'll come here, mark ½ inch and connect. If you are doing a keyhole neckline, that means this is going to be cut off. So here it's going off. Now the reason for this is that so that once you cut your net and you join back, it will straighten up this area. You won't have any form of gaping here also. So that's it for the back. So see what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and pin it. So what you do, correspond your nets. This is the net part for dilution. So whatever, once you join, there's a bit of excess, just trim it off, give it the balance. Then this goes in here. So whatever you're starting from, after the zip, it will rhyme up. Then check for your side. Now if you have any excess, what you just do is to trim it off. But most times there's no excess. So just so your side rhymes like this. So you see my zip allowance is there. So once you fix your zip, there's a balance this, and when you're fixing your zip, you're taking 1 inch all the way. Not that you're taking 2 inches here, 1 inch here, or ½ inch. No, I added 1 inch, ½ and 2. So when you're fixing your zip, you put it on 1 inch all the way down. The excess 1 inch here gives here the balance of the back, so that you don't have any gaping here. Thanks for watching.